Hey guys, it's Vengeance here. Today we're going to be talking about this little bad boy right here. Now the reason why I want to talk about this device is that I've seen people do videos on it, but some haven't shown any video, and those that have of the device, they don't really compare it to anything else. They say it's great, and I agree, it is great. So maybe someone has done a comparison, but now I want to do one. So I'm going to compare it to an HD60s. Now before we get into the comparison of both devices, first, I want to talk about the pros and cons of each because that's very important. Pros of the HD60s: it has a mic in, HDMI in, USB-C to 3.0, and HDMI out. Also, this does 1080p 60 FPS. Alright. Cons of the device: this does not have an HDCP handshake. So what does that mean? It means, let's say you want to stream Netflix to your friends. With this device, they will not see picture. With this device, they will via OBS. Now, as I said, pros: this has an HDCP handshake. It's small. Cons: this does 1080p 30. This does 1080p 60. You can get 60 FPS with this one, but you will need to lower the resolution down to 720. In order for you to get both an input and an output, you'll need to buy yourself one of these. And this is also the answer to this is con. This HDMI splitter has the HDCP handshake. So I just put my PS4 or Xbox HDMI here, make sure to power the device, and I have two outputs. So I just HDMI 1 to here, and then here to the TV, or here to this, here to the TV. Same with this, right? Input of the PS4 or Xbox or Switch, here to here, here to the TV. And that solves the issue of this having only a single input, as this will give you two outputs. So this kind of negates the con of this, but here's the thing. This and this, $180. This and this, $25. This only costed me $10, less than 10 actually. This costed me $150. This you can buy on Amazon. There's multiple versions of it. I got this one because this was the most recommended. So if you want to find one, get this one. Now let's get into the video. Alright, as you can see, I have the Elgato at 1080p 60 and the HDMI to USB at 1080p 30. And honestly, it's not bad. Now, if you do notice the colors on the HDMI to USB, they are a bit off, muddy. Like, the colors do degrade, but that's honestly more of my fault because I recorded in this Dark Souls recording. I recorded with the USB on my laptop, with the HD60 on my desktop. They both have a Ryzen CPU, but my desktop's more powerful than my laptop, so that might have been a factor to play with it. So my apologies, but I'm still showing you the FPS difference. But honestly, using the HDMI to USB as a streaming device, it's really good. Like, for streaming, that's not a bad device. Now, onto World War Z. So what I did here in World War Z is I actually plugged in my HD60s and the HDMI to USB capture card on my desktop, and I put both outputs together. So on the left side, you have the HD60s. On the right side, you have the HDMI to USB in real time. This is not a post-editing trick. I actually did this with an OBS. Hopefully here you have more of an idea of the latency between both. They're actually not that bad. Maybe the HD60s is slightly better. But here is the difference. Also the color difference. If you notice on the HDMI to USB, it's warmer. It has a warmer color to it, but you can probably fix this with like an OBS filter or something. But honestly, the warmer colors don't look that bad. Now, if you notice on the right side that it's maybe a little bit more muddier, that's because the HDMI to USB is at 720, so I can get the 60 FPS, while the Elgato is still at 1080. So text is gonna look muddy, but honestly, it still looks great in my opinion. So looking at the sign here, you're going to turn on the HDMI to USB, and there's the warmer colors. You can clearly see it there.
Holy Christ. You seeing this? Goddamn Thanksgiving Day parade.
Army's gonna run out of bullets.
All right, on to the audio
Stevie,
section.
we reached a closed gate.
Ah, yeah. Now, we rigged those up so the Zeke couldn't stumble in. There's multiple switches to open them. Some of them are on timers. Have fun.
Prick. Find the switch.
Anybody want seconds?
Ammo break.
Get some! They're towering up!
Reloading. Get away from me.
Get ready!
So the HD60s has more stereo to it, while the HDMI to USB has more, it's more mono, it's more centered. So hopefully you had headphones on and you noticed a clear difference. The HDMI to USB only does, I think, 162 kilobits, somewhere around there, whereas the Elgato, I had it at 260. So not the highest the Elgato can go, but, you know, better audio than the HDMI to USB. Now, do I recommend the HDMI to USB 2.0? No, because I wish this device was 3.0, because then you would probably get a better picture and more FPS. And guess what? They have a 3.0, and I've already ordered them. So stay tuned to the next video, maybe coming up next week or so. We'll take a look at these three versus the HD60. So if you all like this video and you like this sort of content, want me to do more, feel free to let me know in the comments. Leave a like, you know, the usual, subscribe, don't ring the bell notification. Just don't do it. I get annoyed by that. Okay, so as you saw near the end of the video, you noticed that in World War Z, it was getting kind of choppy when I showed this display. The reason why that was is because this gets really hot. And how do you fix it? Is what you want to do is take out these two screws. There's two screws here. Push this USB in. It'll push the back out. And you'll see three little chips. There should be one here, here, and here. I put a little bit of thermal paste on each. Put a penny. I hammered the penny a bit to flatten it. And then I just wrapped it in electrical tape. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this, you know, while the USB's out, to drill holes around the sides here, like maybe 4 or 5 on each side, to vent out the air, because this does get hot and it will affect its performance. Because I had this running, but I wasn't recording anything, so it was on for about maybe 5 hours. But for like the first hour or two, this should be just fine.